there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I used to get all the time requests for how do you do your eye makeup. And that's exactly why I got into this whole filming thing. That's why I got into YouTube. That's why I got into doing these videos, was because a lot of my friends would always ask me, you're gonna have to show me one day how you do your eye makeup. I need lessons in how you do your eye makeup. I'm gonna show you guys today, step by step through exactly how I do my eyeshadow and my eye makeup, why I do the things I do, why I don't do certain other things, what works for me. So I thought it would be a good chance to show the Viseart Liason palette. I recently got this from Beautylish. And it's really pretty. It's very purple. I still have the clear plastic thing on there. It's going to be really hard to get that off. It's kind of really on there. But I really wanted to get into this palette. I really wanted to dive into this palette. It's all purples. You know purple is my favorite color, and I like the way it looks on the eye. Again, we have the usual Viseart beautiful layout. We have the beautiful colors and the beautiful consistency of the shadows, the texture of the shadows. I will show you exactly how I put this on today and all of my ins and outs and all of my tips and tricks. Here are your colors. Look at this electric purple right here. I have this one on my lid today. I would like to do also sometime a look with this pink on my lid too. But look at this gorgeous color. That would be a beautiful lid color too. So this is exactly how I do my eyes, step by step. I have not even primed my lids yet. I'm even going to show you how I do that. So because I'm wearing stuff that's very pinky purple today, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Eye Primer. Most of the time I will use like an inexpensive concealer to conceal some of this color on my lids as I prime. However, that can tend to be kind of drying, and I like the way that this particular product covers that purple discoloration and it feels quite hydrating. So I'm going to start off in the crease transition with this lightest dusty purple right here. Going to put it on one of my crease transition brushes from It Cosmetics. I tap off quite a bit, and then I'm going to start dabbing into here. Depending on how deep the color is, you may want to go really light. I'm getting a lot of kick up on that color, by the way. And I just go in here to try to create a larger crease area because I'm so very hooded and I'm also deep set. My eyes are also deep set. So I come up here over onto my orbital bone. I come up kind of high on my transition area like this because that just ends up looking better on me. Then I like to take a smaller brush and start on my inner crease. This is an MUA Makeup Academy Professional brush number 315 crease. And it's very small. I get these at CVS. Man, I score at CVS. Let me tell you, those extra care bucks, oh my God. So I start right here. This is what I would call my inner crease, like right where my eyeball actually ends and curves backwards. And I start going like this. I start in here and I start dusting. I just want to get the color right in that crease right here. This is my actual crease. Now I've gotten some down on my lid. I will go back and try to take that off. And I will also go back in with a soft fluffy brush and blend the inner crease and transition together. So I can even take the one that I just used on my transition area and sort of blend the darker color into the lighter color through here. Most of the time at this point, I will go back and take some of that light color again on the same fluffy brush and go up right on that brow, that bone, because I feel like once I have my inner crease done, I never have enough of the transition up there. So a lot of people at this point will build their outer corner. I don't like to do that. I like to get my lid down next. I'm going to put this directly on my lid, this shining, beautiful lilac lavender. Most of the time my lid colors will be metallic of some sort, and so I use my finger to just pat. If I don't, then I'll get a flat brush. If it's a matte, I'll get a flat brush and just pat onto my lid. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to my other lid, but first I'm going to take a sort of a little flat detail brush kind of. These are from Shop Miss A, also known as the Miss A store. They have them at malls now. I'm going to go back into that shining lavender and get it down in this little spot where I cannot get my finger. Next, I'm going to start building in the outer corner. I usually put a color in sort of a general area and then a very dark color just right along the edge there. So for that general area outer, I'm going to do this plum color here. I'm going to take sort of a flat brush. This one's from e.l.f. and it doesn't have anything on it. I think this is the C brush, the letter C. I think I remember that that's what this one's called. It doesn't have any markings on it. I'm going to go into that matte plum. Dusting off, I always keep a towel on my lap that I use to wipe stuff on, dust stuff off on. And I'm packing sort of on this outer sort of third of my lid. I like to go far kind of in. It depends on what your preference is. Some people just do a very outer corner. I like to do a little bit more out here. And I don't go very far past the edge of my eye. It's just barely showing up. I think I'm going to concentrate it more right in here. And then I'm going to go into this bright screeching purple right here and do that over what I just did, because what I just did is not really giving me enough drama. I'm going to concentrate that more up here and less down toward my lashes. That way you can still see that kind of rosy color. I'm going to take another smallish fluffy brush. This is from Morphe M330. It's a sort of a crease brush, and I'm going to go into this dark black. I think it's black purple, sort of. It doesn't look just straight up black. And I'm just barely going to dip the very tip of this in there and then dust it off, because I don't want a big blob of black out here. I just want a little definition. You can see that this is a little messy right here. I'm going to go back and blend all of that in a minute. I like to get my stuff down and then go back and blend. I don't like to blend as I go, really. So I'm going to go back and blend. Kind of any fluffy sort of brush will do. When you really want to blend, though, you need something that's kind of stiff a little bit. You really want to blend edges. If you can see that they're messy, get something that's kind of stiffer like that, and that will really move that product. There's not a good highlight brow bone color in this palette, so I'm just going to leave mine bare. Sometimes I will, when I get to the highlight part of my face, I may take that highlighter and put it up under here. I don't know yet. So at this point, I usually go ahead and line along my top line, and I use a black slim eyeliner. This is from Architect. I've been using this one a lot lately. I really like it. It's really pointed. It's sort of a brush. It's very, very pointed. I'm not a professional wing artist. There are many people who are really, really good at it. I am not good at it, but I have worked out a semi-decent way to do it. I don't like a big dramatic wide wing. I don't like to do it real wide over my lid because I have such hooded eyes. I don't want to close in that space any more than it already is. So the way that I do my wing, I do it backwards on each eye. I'll do one eye one way and the other eye backwards, because that's just how my hand goes. I'm right-handed. I'll take this Architect. There are many other liquid eyeliners that I use that are semi kind of like this, and I will figure out what angle I want to have. I don't go real far out. I just kind of figure on my eyeball. I don't press real hard. I just kind of come down like that. Now that's a little long, and I'll show you how I go back and fix it. Of course, on the day that I'm showing you how to do this, it doesn't go so well. Brush it down. I come in here real thin. And I just paint this on, getting real close to my lashes. As wide as you want. I like to have a real fine point down here. So what I'll do is, of course, it came out perfect yesterday. Of course, it's not going to come out perfect when I'm showing you how to do it. I will take these pointed Q-tips that I have. Now you can get these in the Q-tip section, in the beauty section at Walmart. I'll put a tiny bit of micellar on it. They're very, very pointed. I love that. And I will go back and erase. And I'll get that end. I'll fix my shadow here in a minute, and that is more like what I like right there. As far as the tail on my liner, that's kind of as much as I like. I might make it a little more pointed. So on this eye, I start on the inner part just because I'm right-handed and it's very difficult to do the tail on this eye. I'll go ahead and get this part down. My eyelid is rather crepey, crinkly, so as I'm dragging through there, I'm gonna be a little off, and I kind of have to go and fill in the top where it gets wobbly. So now on this eye, I'll take my Architect here, and I kind of have to go like this. And it kind of is not the most perfect way to do it, but there you go. I'll take my magic pointed Q-tip. You can also get these at Ulta in the nail section, and just kind of clean that edge up. Okay, at this point I usually do my brows. I like to use the Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit. I have powders as well that I like to use, but this one is just really easy to me. It has this nice wide tip. I don't like those super fine tip brow products. I'm not trying to draw the individual hair microbladed look. So I just kind of lightly fill in. I don't go real crazy on my brows. I don't spend a whole lot of time on my brows. And then I try to do right through here, just kind of light. I don't do them real blocky. Okay, to line under the eyes, I like to use sort of a neutrally color just to kind of contour a wide sort of line, and then I'll do a thinner line right along the lash line of a darker color. So I'm going to use this medium sort of color right here that I used in my inner crease. And I like to use this pencil brush, I call it, from e.l.f. It's called actually a crease brush, but I call it a pencil brush. It's very dense and it's very fluffy, sort of. I did use my Born This Way concealer under my eyes today. I feel like that is a really hydrating looking, wonderful concealer. It covers fully, but I feel like it is really hydrating. So this color turned out to be quite deep under my eye, so I don't think I'm going to go back and put a dark line. I am going to blend this line better on my other eye. But like I said, I like to get stuff laid down and then go back and blend it. Pencil brush just does sort of a diffuse line. I don't like a harsh line. I don't like to use eyeliners. I cannot get the harsh line out of eyeliners, no matter how soft they are. I can't blend them. I can't blend that edge, probably because I have very loose skin under here, and as I'm scrubbing and blending it, the skin is moving around, the product is not moving around. So I only carry it up about that far, like where my lashes start to end. I don't want to line all the way. That really closes my eye in. I cannot do waterline lining on my eye. I occasionally will put a lighter color on my inner rim, and I can do that here in a minute and show you how I do that. I don't do a black line, tight line, any of that stuff. It looks terrible on me. Just, it makes me look really closed in. It makes me look really mean and angry. And I've tried it, but it doesn't work out. So I cleaned that little pencil brush off, and I'm going to sort of blend this edge out. I have a real hard time blending the edge over here because I have a wrinkle that just cuts right here, and it sort of absorbs product, and it makes it look like there's a harsher line on this side than on the other side. I take a very pointed pencil brush I have. These are from my Naked palettes. I have several of these. More pointed, and I'm going to dip into this silver here, just the tip end of that, and I'm going to just put it right here. I don't like to do the inner corner brightening all up here and down here like a lot of girls do that I see on videos. I just need a little spot right there, right where my two eyelids come together. I like just one little spot right there. So when I do an inner rim lining on the bottom, I like to use this Tarte Emphasize Inner Rim Brightener. It is a matte sort of peach color, but once I put it on, it's going to come out really pink. So I have a Tarte eyelash curler that I love to use. I've had it forever, and I just like to curl my upper lashes. Now, I do not have the kind of lashes that want to curl in any way, shape, or form. That's as good as it's going to get with them. They are not curly lashes. And I like to put the Lancome's Monsieur Big on my top lashes, and then I do something different with my bottoms. And this is before I put on my false lashes. I do not like to put mascara on my false lashes. My lower lashes, I like to put the Sills Booster XL from Lancome, and I like to let that sit for a few minutes, not for a few minutes, for a few seconds, and sort of dry a little bit. I don't like to mix it in with my mascara. And after a few seconds, I'll go back with my Chanel Le Volume de Chanel. There's something about this brush that really works on my lower lashes. It makes them look very volumized and not long and spindly like all the other mascaras I've tried. And I try to go really up against the base of my lashes to try to keep mascara off the ends here, because I have such a blotting problem. And then I try to flip, sort of push these out so that they're not laying down and it blots on my concealer. I have tried cutting them before so that they're not so long and contacting my under eye when I blink, but then they look really funny. Final step is putting on my false lashes. I'm using the Kiss Lash Couture in Little Black Dress. This is my new favorite. Okay, I like to use this Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive in the paint-on tube like this. It's not a super heavy, I don't need a super heavy duty lash glue like the Duo, the real thick latexy. I just need something to hold these on while I do my videos, because honestly I don't wear false lashes when I'm not doing videos. Sorry, I just don't. So I paint this along the edge, and it's very watery. It's very thin, however, it does the job for me. It stays on for my videos. That's all I need. And I like to let it dry for quite a bit, and I'll show you how I put this on. Once it starts to get sort of that matte look on it instead of the shiny, this is how I have to do my eyes. I have very arched eyes this way, so I really have to, these straight across lashes like that ain't gonna cut it. So this is how I found to put those on. I anchor it first of all right where my lashes start, hold that down, and then pull it down along the curve. I've seen so many people that can just put it straight on in the middle here. I can't do that because I'm very arched. What's funny about this Kiss lash glue is it smells like fresh squeezed orange juice. It just smells really good that's how I do my eyes. That's why I do what I do and don't do what I don't do. And I really like this palette. Look at the dimensional glitter on that. It's not just a laying flat metallic. The dimensional glitter, the almost 3D looking glitter on that lid color, on those metallics. They're absolutely beautiful. It's a really pretty palette. So thanks for watching exactly how I do my eyes, you guys, and I'll see you next time.